review, Saga of the Doomed Universe, Issue 1. And as you can see here, covers. So, and I want to point out that they're all variants. And first things first, covers in any way, shape or form connect to something that is happening inside with the story. Sure enough, they do. And I'll get to moving in relation to which is the first cover, which is this one on the left-hand side, which is Watchmen Doomsday Clock inspired. And for this one, I give a 7.5 out of 10. For the second one here, I give a 7.5 out of 10, as we also get to see some of the heroes. And last but not least, the third, where we actually get to see some of the villains on the cover, but also the name of some of the characters in the story. This one I give an 8 out of 10. I'll now get things organized and prepared as quick as possible. So what I'll do is I'll put that one there, and I'll use this one to show the internal art around the story, and we'll get to see what's happening around the beginning, middle and end, and also catch up with who are these characters. So as the story begins, oh gosh, we have quite a lot happening here. Must admit, easy working with this one. Especially with the format that's being used, and I'm going to have the same issue with the next upcoming issues. We get to see a number of the characters. This character reminds me a little bit of Brainiac plus Dr. Octopus. We have some other characters. And last but not least, around the end. So sorry about that. It's not the best way in showing it this way, and the way the book or the comic book's made. It's got a lot of pages in it. It's almost like a small graphic novel is the way it's set up. For the internal art, I give it a 7.5 out of 10. And that is actually pretty consistent as to how the art is in sort of like the upcoming issues, but you'll get to see the upcoming issue when the next review goes up, which will probably be at around 10 a.m. This one will be going up at 5 a.m. So moving into the next area, and that is the area of the story. And what year does it, or what time does it take place? And in the story, it says it takes place in 1984. We move into the next area, which is location, to which we get to see New York City. We also got the Himalayan mountains that also played a part in the story in regards to, say, one of the bases. The cast of characters consisting of Super Sleuth, who we see at the beginning, but he also will show up again throughout the next stories. We had One Man Battalion, we had Damon, Alicia, Power Tower, Dr. Nihilist, Psionica, and Lightning Volt made their appearance. One thing I'll give this first issue is something that I really didn't expect, is that the person who created this series also put in comic book references. I didn't expect any comic book references, and because of that, it gets the story rating of 8 out of 10, Until then, let's keep it colourful and have yourself an awesome day. Saga of the Doom universe, and by the time this one goes up, it should be about 10 a.m. Australian time. I'm not too sure what time it will be overseas time when you get to see this. So moving into first things first, in any way, shape or form connect to something that happens inside with the story. Sure enough, it does, and it also connects to the character known as Super Sleuth, to which I give the cover an 8 out of 10. So now move to having a look at the internal art and also what's happening inside with the story. As you can see, there's quite a bit. I will give one thing. I'll give one thing with the storyteller in relation to this, and that is how consistent the art is, even for the era of when they brought this out, or for when it's sort of like meant to be brought out. We get quite a list of characters. Once again, we get Dr. Nihilist. We get Burt Colt, who sort of like does a bit of a narration of sorts. Ray Bannon, Super Sleuth, Shell Shock, Alex, Psionica, and a whole list of characters. There's even one by the name of Deep Thinker. And as we just look through the art, it definitely goes to show how much the art style of the 80s has changed compared to today. So for the internal art, seeing that the writer of this story is keeping it quite consistent, it's a 7.5 out of 10. Now it's time to move in relation to the story. First things first, what did we get in relation to the area of time? Nothing at all, which I'm quite surprised. About this somewhat closest thing we sort of got was some countdowns, but I didn't feel it was necessary because I was more so looking for like time when events were taking place. The next areas that we, location to which we got to see a hospital appearance in this, as well as Las Vegas, Nevada. So we got to see the casino district, of course, in relation to these heroes. The cast of characters consisting of Dr. Nihilist, Burt Colt, Ray Bannon, Warper, Queen Shellshock, Alex Psionica, of course, Super Sleuth, Sickness, that's right, a character by the name of Sickness, Deep Thinker, and Cerebrio. For the overall story, I gave this a 7.5 out of 10. Until then, let's keep it colourful and have yourself an awesome day. Bring issue 3 of Saga of the Doomed Universe by Reed, and starting off with first things first, does this cover in any way, shape or form connect to something that is happening inside with the story? Which it does, to which I give it an 8 out of 10. It goes to showing some of the internal art as well as some of the things that are happening with the characters. And as we begin, we get the return of the character of Super Sleuth, as now he's sort of like being called in as one of the last people. We all know that he's also the son of a superhero in this universe. And of course, we meet the character of Dr. Nihilist, or Nihilist, and what he does in this time. And now it's sort of like up to the Super Sleuth, who also seems to have some computer knowledge, which we'll get to see towards the end. And he now has to somewhat play a part in restoring the universe. I must admit, I have quite enjoyed each of these issues. Yes, they are big issues with quite a lot of pages. The story can get a little bit long-winded, but you are still able to follow the characters through, as well as the who we know by the name of Bert Colt. And to the end, for the internal art, I gave it a 7.5 out of 10. Now it's time to move into the next area, and that is the area of the story rating. So first things first, did we get anything in relation to time? Not really. The next area is location. We know a lot of this takes place in the USA, but not really knowing as to what areas in the USA in this particular issue. Cast of characters consisting of Bert Colt, Psionica, Ray Brannon, Dr. Nihilist, Super Sleuth. We also had a character by the name of Future Glimpse, and another character by the name of the Gremlin who was mentioned. I couldn't make out the rest of the other characters because they weren't really addressed really well in the story, but overall, I give this story a 7.5 out of 10. Until then, let's keep it colourful. I would recommend, if you are after something quite small and quick to read through, to definitely check out this series. Until then, let's keep it colourful and have yourself an awesome day.